Joining us now on the buck stops here are newsmaker Sajjad Lone, who's of course the political representative of Handwara. Handwara is his hometown. Sajjad, what can you tell us about the ground situation in Handwara today?
No, there was a deal in the curfew for 3 hours, which was predetermined, and yeah, it was curtailed by half an hour. So there were some protests. I would say some anger on the streets is still there. There was a group of around 50 to 100 boys. And so, as it is the policy of the government to ensure that at no costs should there be any fatality, no use of force, no excessive force. So, what the police did and the administration, they decided to reimpose it and not extend it more than 3 hours.
Okay. Now, Sajjad, the young woman at the heart of the storm, the one who appeared talking on the video that was officially released by the army, she's actually now gone on record before a magistrate to repeat what she said in the video, which is that no soldier mishandled or misbehaved with her in any way. Her mother gave a different account, but the daughter herself has actually stuck to what she said on the video. Why is this not helping contain the trouble that erupted over what happened to her?
Well, look, as happens in everything in Kashmir, it started off there, but I think it has left that incident behind and gone a bit further. So that particular incident, of course, will be investigated, and there is a due course of law which will look at all the angles and take a final view. As far as the situation in Handwara goes, what happened is that very unfortunately there were some fatalities, which of course was bound to have some anger, and we're seeing that anger on the streets at the moment. But all the other aspects, or the aspects of the female in question, what happened that day, and how the fatalities took place, will of course be investigated once things revert back to normal. Once the anger on the streets subsides, then of course the government would look at all the angles and then take action.
Okay.
Whatever the output of that probe is.
Sajjad, where does someone like you find the middle ground between those who say this is a time for healing touch, which was a slogan of the PDP, and those who say that this is an attempt to actually malign the image of the army and draw it into a conflict? How do you personally find the middle ground between these two sentiments?
Look, all I can tell you is that I'm the local MLA here, and we're supporting the coalition government. The government has tried its best after the initial accident, which we regret, which all of we regret, to try and be as much as try that there is no loss of life. What people say there hardly matters. What we are concerned here is that there should be no further loss of life, no use of force. If you look at neighboring Magam, I'm a witness to it, 14 policemen with grievous injuries. But since they were asked not to use force, one I saw with 4 broken teeth. So the point is that the government is acting against people who are angry in the most humane manner that's possible, right? And BJP and PDP are a part of that government together, right? And the government collectively is giving a very human touch. What people say there hardly matters. It is their people. These are the people, and of course they have to be dealt with all humanity that's possible. There is anger, and some people resort to violence, and we have to ensure that this violence doesn't lead to further loss of life.
Yes.
But this is as human as it can get after the initial accident, which is highly regrettable.
Yes. What do you believe would give confidence to people who are protesting on the streets that justice will be done in the killing of these civilians, 5 civilians now?
You see, what you're seeing today, we not only have to fight the perceptions of this current incident, but also the perceptions of the last 20 years. So it's not one incident that you can isolate it and say it's because of this or because of that. This government has been running for approximately 9 months. And there have been 6 years before that there was another government, before that there was another government. So once we talk of confidence building, it is also the good or bad work which has been done by the previous governments, which we have to rectify or repair here. So if there is any problem, if people are not willing to take government on face value, it's not because of this incident or because of these 9 months. It is a continuous process, a very long process, and hopefully I'm sure that we will try to first of all take some measures on the ground, in the town itself, ensure that there is less security presence there. Then there are other issues. They will all be dealt with, hopefully. And as I said, there is anger on the streets.
Yes.
And it is a part of it is legitimate. There have been fatalities. Who can condone fatalities? Who can say they're a good thing? There is that anger, and it will boil down. It will come down.
Yeah.
And then the civil society, the people, the government representatives, they will talk, and then hopefully we can restore that confidence which seems to be shattered or dented a bit.
Broken right now, yeah. Let me ask you a quick last question, Sajjad. You are yet to take charge of your ministry in the PDP-BJP government. One believes you're in a sense angry with the role that you've been given. But there's a larger question that the opposition raises again and again about the ideological disconnects between the PDP and the BJP and whether those are making it tougher to contain the situation and bring back peace. How do you respond to this, and when do we see you becoming part of the government again?
Barkha, this is not the best time to talk about it. I hope you do a separate program for it and we can, give our inputs. But I'll tell you one thing. I think this government will work. There's a section of media. I have said this on your program long time back. You see, one is the people of Jammu and Kashmir who vote. Then in Jammu and Kashmir, then there is a media in Delhi who have their own favorites. Now, they feel that there should be not this government, should be some other government. So they come up with this script, the ideological difference, this and that. I don't see it. There is a clear-cut mandate for governance, and I think they will govern. That's all I can say. I have nothing to add, nothing to subtract, but this is certainly not the right time to talk about it.
All right, Sajjad Lone, MLA from Handwara. We hope peace is restored soon on the ground in a sustainable way. Thank you for joining us on the Buck Stops here.